Dr. Nirav Shah held his first town hall today since announcing his bid for Maine's open Democratic U.S. Senate nomination. Shah highlighted his experience working with federal agencies as Maine's CDC director and as the former deputy at the federal CDC. He pointed to his second-place finish in this year's Democratic gubernatorial primary as proof he can build the support needed to take on Senator Susan Collins. Supporters at the event signed petitions to help Shah qualify for the nomination and applied to become delegates for this month's Democratic convention. Shah also answered questions on national issues, including U.S. aid to Israel and funding for federal programs.
They must be able to go to committee hearings and make sure that every single Trump administration witness is grilled appropriately. They must be able to craft legislation that actually makes improvements in all of our lives. And given the background and the experience that I have had in government as an attorney, and particularly working on foreign affairs matters, I am well equipped to take on that job and defend the rights of not just Mainers, but people across this country.
It's marched in the annual Moxie parade. Collins was joined by Republican CD2 nominee Paula Page and Republican gubernatorial candidate Bobby Charles at that parade. Also marching was Jordan Wood, who ran unsuccessfully for the Democratic CD2 nomination. Wood has now entered the race to replace Graham Plattner as the Democratic U.S. Senate nominee. Collins addressed Plattner's recent withdrawal and the Maine Democratic Party's proposed process to select a new nominee to challenge her. Wood says he supports the nomination process and explained why he believes he is the right person to take on Collins.
They want a new generation of leaders. They're looking for young people to step up and run for office, and that's the change that we need to see. And I think that is the best way to draw a contrast with Susan Collins.
It's not my call, it's his call, first of all, to make the decision to withdraw, which I understand he made officially last night. And now it's up to the Democrats to come up with a process for replacing him.
Since Graham Plattner announced he would be dropping out, the Maine Democratic Party has been building a process to replace him on the ballot. This week, the party announced plans to hold a one-day nominating convention on July 25th. Today, Dr. Nirav Shah confirmed the convention will be held in Bangor. There will be 601 voting delegates, all Democrats, 500 of which will be chosen by the 16 county Democratic committees. Only registered Democrats, will be eligible to become delegates or vote in the county caucuses. Each county gets 1/3 the delegates they had at May's biennial convention. At the convention, the new nominee will be selected through multiple rounds of voting, like a runoff. The 5 candidates with the most votes in the first round will move on forward to the second, with the lowest vote getter eliminated after each round until one candidate gets more than 50% of the vote. Local and county Democratic committees around the state will be determining their delegates for the convention. Reach out to your local committee if you're interested in this process. As for who is hoping to replace Graham Plattner, there are more than a half-dozen candidates so far. Shah and Wood are in that camp, as well as Secretary of State Shanna Bellows and former State Senate President Troy Jackson. Both Bellows and Jackson have the backing of Plattner in their gubernatorial bids. Any potential candidates must collect 500 signatures from registered Democrats by July 20th to qualify for the Democratic convention later this month. Those signatures also must include 50 from at least 8 of Maine's 16 counties.